Okay, people, dump truck with a trailer. This is Midwest style. It's got to have that long neck. A lot of people asking, why you guys have Nebraska trailers with such long neck? Because that's weight distribution. So what I'm doing, I'm changing a couple of airbags. And this is something I recorded the video kind of way I changed the airbag. First thing first, the airbags did not leak. He blew a couple out, and then he just decided to replace all of them. And what's repair shops kind of make mistakes. See how it's weather cracked? So I call this rolling edge. This is what goes in and out on the base. So if you look at the airbag in general, it's like, okay, it's not a bad airbag, but look the weather check on the top, and they usually start blowing out right here. And obviously in which application you're using, if you run a lot of gravel road or you're running up north where they're using sand and gravel, usually rock gets in here and chews it out a little hole, and then it blows up. So this is one of the PMI's deals that you should inspect it. So if you take the airbag and you air up, this is just the paint, because this is original airbag, and I think it's trailers 2015, 16, but like, look how bad it's cracking. So it's weather check. So I think the guy's doing the right thing changing them, because if he already blew one out, you might as well blow a couple more. Look how bad is the weather check right here. Obviously if you hauling LTL, you never heavy, like you probably would never had a problem with this trailer. This trailer gets fully loaded, whatever it allows, and then when it dumps the sand, it releases really fast, and it has a quick dumps. So those airbags get extended all the way out, and that's when he popped the airbag. But here's the most important secret. When you replace the airbag, I came across this quite a few times. Look at the top of the airbag, how bad it's rusted. And I had a couple people like, I have an air leak, but I don't know where, but my suspension goes down. I says, it's top of your airbag. He's like, no, I put soap on it and I didn't see any leakage. Well, they put soap over here. I'm like, no, it's on your pedestal, whatever you want to call it, the top of it. That's where it's rusting. It sits right there. The way to prevent when you replace the airbag from a factory, obviously they don't do that. What I do, I just take regular CarQuest NICs and I dump a bunch of grease in it, and then I stir up the NICs with grease, and I just smeared it all over it, like just covered it up, and then I install my airbag. So when the moisture and the gravel gets in there, stays there, the NICs kind of prevents by airbag to rusting out on the top. Like this one, if it wouldn't blow up, I guarantee you eventually it would start leaking on the top. I mean, it is getting really, really thin. So, I mean, you got chunks coming out. So keep an eye on your airbags, because that's something can bite you in the ass on the side of the road, especially on a drive axle. If you got a blown airbag and your angle of the drive shaft is going wrong and you're trying to make it someplace, then you can blow your U-joint. It's like, I don't know how much they are now. Everything went up so high. All my customers, I tell them, you bring your own parts, I put it in, because I really got tired of it. Quite often you go buy your own parts and people's like, what do you mean it costs this much? I'm like, yeah, that's what I paid for. Here's the receipt. I don't make no money on parts. Whatever costs me, I will transfer. You're just gonna pay for my labor to go get a parts. And they get mad. They like think like I'm going to the most expensive store. I'm like, no, it's through my account, so it's cheaper, and I'm not marking up the parts at all, but the parts actually went up. So I started telling people, you want to do this, you go get your own parts. You pay for it. That way you in check with reality. So that's the little tip of the day for Rubber Springs.